Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome one and all to this morning's Friday flashback session. Hope you're all doing well out there, and I hope those of you who will be getting this on catch up in a couple of hours' time are having a good day today. Good start to your Fridays. We're graced by the presence of HNC in the room at the moment. Hello there, sir. Good to see you. So, as we usually do, team, we're going to work our way through what we've been exposing this week. We'll see what's been occurring, and then following that, have a look at what's up and coming next week, which, as I touched upon yesterday, is probably going to be a slightly better week than this week. So we hope. It's been a slow week so far. As we all know, we based entirely upon what's been provided. We are in the green, which is great, but we're not in the green by a huge amount. I think personally, looking at about 1.6% up for the week. So a real slowdown in the gains, real slowdown. This morning's events were quite erratic. Managed to land a really nice long in the UK FTSE for a 1 to 2.56. However, did take a loss in the DAX, and it looks good. It looks great on the 15-minute time frame, but honestly, it was actually really, it was a real mess. The spreads were actually really quite wide at the time. I even took this trade, and that was at 7 minutes past 8. It was impossible to trade at the beginning at 8 a.m. But even at this area, there was, it was. I shouldn't have been active really. I shouldn't have been actively trading the DAX. It wasn't a great idea. The long up there as well was okay, but I mean, at this point in time, I was actually doing the school run, truth be told, and it saved me a loss because had I taken the long here, this would have stopped me out. I guarantee it. Even though the trade's not in there, I 100% would have been stopped out on that move down, I think. And then we got the really nice move up. So it's sort of a pattern image here. We've got the initial short that just came back up and stopped us out before going straight to target profit. And we had the long here, which came in to stop us out before going straight up to target profit. So the same thing on both sides of the markets. But the UK FTSE was very different this morning. It was actually really, really nice. The spreads weren't actually that crazy as far as the UK FTSE is concerned, which was nice to see. And we got a good fill. And yeah, went straight to TP. It was really nice. And it did continue trading as well. It continued rallying all the way up to the most current high, the recent high of 10,907. So quite a sizable move. And with the UK FTSE currently trading at 0.5% in the green today. So, in terms of what we've been experiencing this week, we've still seen that big slowdown in market sentiment, haven't we? Everyone's felt it. We've all played a part, we've all played our roles as best as we can throughout, but it has been a significant series of ranging price action. I mean, this poor USD CAD, we can remove that now. That's gone. The market hasn't done anything. It's just literally gone sideways all week long. NZD USD has gone sideways all week long, and we're currently trading at 59.85, slightly in the red on this one. There's really no need to exit it at this stage. I mean, this isn't necessarily a gapping pair on over the weekend, so I wouldn't worry too much about leaving it open over the weekend if, for those of you who are in this one. But it's just underperforming like the rest of the markets at the moment. NZD JPY, one of the movers this week, we did have the push up. We were waiting for the push back into liquidity for this one to get going again. This push into liquidity took place yesterday afternoon, but I actually missed it. So there's no active trading going on in this one. And honestly, guys, at this stage, what's the point anyway? So please, if you've got anything going on in the NZD JPY, even a trading plan, just remove it until next week and we'll start again. Moving on up to cable. This one was a tag, came straight the way back down. Again, the entirety of the week, done absolutely nothing. We've basically ended up at the end of the week where we started, unfortunately, with cable there. Pound against the yen. We were already aware of that one anyway. There's no further information to add to that. That one triggered overnight. Pound against the Swiss. This one was, I gotta say, this one was frustrating, if anything. First trading opportunities of the week that I posted up both hit target profit, but both triggered overnight, as you recall. We couldn't actually do anything about that. The one trade idea that we do decide to take went to stop loss before going to target profit. Followed up, that was the dead one, followed up by this breakout and then a massive resurgence in short selling back down to the floor. So if we just pull these across again, that there was a sublime trading opportunity, which fired off yesterday afternoon. So just didn't manage to find a line on that G-Swiss the whole week. Euro Oz, again, not really much to report. We were looking for the break close and the retest of this area. Break of structure down at the lows there. Didn't really happen for us, did it? A tag in as well. Again, yesterday afternoon, 3:15, we got the big push up, tagged in straight the way back down again. So it's just been like that, hasn't it, guys? It really has been. It's just been a week of this kind of stuff this week, and a continuation of what we've been sort of dealing with now for a while. It's been quite some time, hasn't it? You know, look at gold. Look at this. You know, was that Sunday morning, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday? Not moved a muscle. UK Brent, waiting for that one to hit the liquidity before we could take the pending in. It's actually just ended up going right back into the old previous range, so we can remove that now. That's not going to see the light of day this week, unfortunately. Continuation of the range on that. And then we've had our US stocks, which I've got to be honest, I think the US stocks this week have been our saving grace, as they do tend to be that kind of that really nice consistent backbone. Yeah, they do tend to be that really nice consistent backbone. We have had some good moves across the US stocks this week. It's definitely not been one of the strongest weeks we've ever had, been far from it, but it has been the main trading assets that have kept us afloat and kept us propped up in the green. So thanks be to the US indices, I would say, of everything that we've been dealing with. So moving on then, looking at the economic calendar, I mean, this week, obviously, we had absolutely nothing going on of any kind of importance whatsoever. But next week, we do have a couple of bits and pieces. We have some updates on monetary policy. We've got inflationary metrics coming out for the ECB, including annual inflation rates as well. We, of course, have the US Employment Friday, which the majority of the week is going to be charging up for that Friday afternoon event. And we also have the ISM on Wednesday afternoon. Now, make no mistake, guys, I'm not saying that this is going to be a mega week of pure fundamental catalyst trading and lots of big momentum shifts and stuff. It's probably not. But we are looking at the possibility of a very strong finish to the week, which is what I will be looking ahead to with the NFP. And yeah, that's about that. Now, in other news, next Wednesday morning, I will be running the first equity session, the equity master race session, which I'm really looking forward to, and that's going to be hosted at approximately 10 a.m. I'm yet to really confirm the times on these sessions, but I believe it's going to be at 10 a.m. on a Wednesday morning. Unless otherwise notified, of course. And we will be running the sessions, at least the first sort of 10 to 20 on training. So every single week we'll have a new training session. Their run times, I cannot tell you what they're going to be. It's probably anywhere from between sort of, I'd say 40 minutes to an hour and a half each. Some will obviously be longer than others. And we will be digging into absolutely everything. So with my intention, my hope is that to bring all of you guys up to the speed where you are afterwards ready to make your first purchase of a share through a share trading platform. And then once we get those foundations set in and we understand some of the differences between the CFD markets and the equity markets, we're then going to be working on strategy. We're going to be working on how a buy and hold works, the reasoning why we don't tend to want to be shorting equities, especially in the first couple of years. Whilst you find your way, whilst you find your feet with it, and going from there. And then obviously after that, we're going to be running equity sourcing sessions in the morning and looking at different investment opportunities and seeing how that goes. So I'm really looking forward to this. Personally, I'm really looking forward to this. Obviously, this is something that I partake in more often than anything else. Really, I've always ran a CFD trading environment for everybody because it's most accessible. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to this next chapter with the UTC and these training events, because I promise you guys, this kind of information that you'll be getting through, I promise you would be paying a lot for elsewhere if you had the same level of training and the same thoroughness behind it. So it's a real opportunity. It's a real opportunity for everyone. I think that's about it, really. I don't really have anything else to. Yeah, I don't really have anything else to comment on at this stage. It's not a lot that's happened, so it's a difficult one to really comment on, isn't it? If nothing much has happened in the markets this week, but I think that's about it. Let's just have a quick look at the DXY. This one is still struggling to get going, isn't it? Yeah, still struggling. Maybe next week will be the week. Perhaps it's waiting for the NFP, some major catalyst event that's going to push it through the top, or alternatively through the bottom. Right, team. Listen, I will be online throughout the day. The trading room will be open. I'll be writing up a full report on the US indices for this afternoon for our last US trading session of the week, as always. And I will get this particular session edited and uploaded to you within the next hour or so. Okay, so if you need anything at all, please hit me up, let me know. And if not, and if I don't speak to you for whatever reason before the weekend, have a fantastic couple of days off, and I will look forward to seeing you on Monday. So take care, team. Have a good one, and I'll see you then. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.